friends, today we are going to make an insect, and so we're going to use a few things. We're going to use crayons, colors, colored pencils, oil pastels. You can use paint, whatever you would like to use for your insect. We're going to try to fill our paper with the bug, and then we'll use some other paper to add like legs and antennas too. Okay, so we're not going to worry about drawing our legs and our antennas on here. Those are going to be cut out later. So I'm using a 9x12 piece of paper. It's the same that's in your sketchbook, so if you want to use a sketchbook paper, you are welcome to. I'm going to take it, I'm going to fold it in half. When it's tall like this, I'm going to take the side and I'm going to push it over to this other side and line it up and then push down. Okay, so now that I have that, I am going to work on my bug. So an insect has 3 parts. It has a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. Those are the 3 parts. So I'm going to make 3 parts. You can make your 3 parts however you want to. So I'm going to start with my head. I'm going to fill up my space. I don't want it to be a teeny tiny small head. I'm going to make a head. Then I'm going to make a thorax. Maybe I make a thorax kind of like a little bit smaller. I could do different shapes. I could do triangles. I could do rectangular shape. And then my last one I'm going to make is the abdomen. Okay. Okay, so now that I have my bug drawn, I'm going to start thinking about what all I want on here. So I'm going to take my crayons, my whatever I have, my markers, whatever I want to use to color this in. I'm going to use markers today. I'm going to color in, and maybe I put some eyes right here, another eyeball right here, because bugs are symmetrical. What you do on one side has to be done on the other. So you have, if you have an eyeball here, you have to have an eyeball here. Now I did that fold in the middle just so you can kind of make sure that you're kind of keeping your bug parts in the middle lined up so that you can be a little bit more symmetrical. Maybe I do my bug, and you really want to use bright colors. Maybe I want to do even like a triangle in the middle with a different color. You can do stripes, you can do polka dots. How do you want your bug to look? Just filling in with color. And sometimes I go over a marker twice just because it looks better. You don't see all those little streaky lines. And I go in a circle when I add it. Let me see, I can see a few streaks there, so I'm just going back and I'm just gonna do one more coat. Okay, now that I've added that, I might continue this color in my thorax, and I may make this with some stripes. So maybe I have stripes going this way. Last section, I may want to bring this color back in. And maybe I want polka dots. Remember, if it's symmetrical, you're going to have the same thing on one side as you do on the other. So I'm going to make these all polka dots. All right, now that I have this, I am going to cut it out. And you're gonna have some extra paper. You should have some extra paper. If not, you can always get another piece of paper for this next part. And I'm really kind of going right on that color. I don't want to see any white spaces. So I'm making sure I cut where there's not any white spaces. Right here on my eye, there's a little white space. I'm gonna go back and cut that off. All right, so there is my bug head, thorax, abdomen. Now I need to create legs and wings if I want to, and some antennas. So I can use this to create those things. So I'm just gonna create some legs, and I'm looking at that, and I may do yellow legs. So I'm just gonna grab some yellow, and I'm just gonna have my legs come to like right there. And I'm just gonna fill this whole space with yellow. And I'll show you the easy way to make legs. So you just color this section, or if you have construction paper and you have yellow construction paper, or you have another color that you would like to use for your legs, because you can make you're making your bug yours, I'm making my bug mine. We want them to be different. So I'm just going to cut this little box out. And insects have 6 legs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 1 extra stick I could use for my antennas. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them all coming out of the thorax. Thorax is the balance place. And so all the wings and the arms come out of the thorax. So I'll just add a few dots of glue. The fun thing is you can also make these where you can fold it and it can kind of go up. So if you fold it in the middle, it will kind of pop up just a little bit. And I have this one extra. If you don't have an extra one, you'll just make 2 antennas. And antennas can be straight, they can be curly, they can be fuzzy. So I'm just gonna use those since I already have those. If I wanted to, I could take my pencil and I can curl them around to make them curly. Have a little curl to them. Okay. And then now if I want to add wings, I could use tissue paper. So tissue paper, I could add a wing out of that. Kind of pinch it together. And then I can attach it to my thorax, because that's where your wings and your feet are attached. You can also go back and you can add things to my eye. I might want to put, you know how bugs have those eyes that kind of are bug eyes that have the cross hatching. I may want to do something like that where I go one way with lines and then I cross the other way with my lines. And one other thing that I think looks really good and finishes off your piece is if you go back and you kind of go over any of those areas that have like a separation of color or a new color, you can kind of go over it with the black. Same with the polka dots, you can go over. It just kind of makes it look finished, makes the things you've made stand out and really more complete. So I'll come back here. There we go. Okay, so there is my bug. Now I could glue this onto another piece of paper if I wanted to, or I could just attach it to the wall. Hope you had fun making your creepy crawlies today.